In this demonstration, we're going to look at configuring a forest trust. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to configure DNS name resolution by using a conditional forwarder, and we're going to configure a two-way selective forest trust. So what we've done here is we've just come into Server Manager. We're sitting currently on our domain controller for a datum, and what we want to do here is we're just going to configure DNS name resolution by using conditional forwarder. So in order to do that, we need to come into Tools, and what we're going to do in Tools is we're going to go to DNS. So, and the reason why we're doing this is we want to set up a trust to a company in a domain called Trade Research. So we have to somehow be able to resolve names within that organization as well. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to come to conditional forwarders, and what we're going to do is just create a new conditional forwarder. So we'll fill out our little table. And what we've done here is we've put in traderesearch.net. We do have a little error here. It's just telling us that if we have a look at this, it's just telling us that the server with this IP address is not authoritative for the required zone. I'm happy with that, so we'll select OK. And then what I need to do is I need to set up conditional forwarder in the reverse direction. So what we'll do is we'll go to Trade Research's Active Directory Domain Controller, do exactly the same thing. So what we'll do here is we'll go to Tools, we'll go to DNS. On DNS, what we'll do is we'll go to Conditional Forwarders. And then what we'll do is we'll create a conditional forwarder going back in the other direction. At this point here, we'll right click, do a new conditional forwarder, and again we'll just fill out the little table. So at this point here, we'll put in Demo18, put in the IP address of Demo18's authoritative server, and as we can see here, we're just getting a little attempt to resolve yet again, and we're getting the same message going the other way again. We're happy with that, so we'll just select OK again. Now we've done that, the next thing we can do is we can now set up a two-way trust. And what we're going to do is we're going to configure a two-way selective forest trust. So what we'll do is we'll come back to our London domain controller in a datum.com, and now what we're going to do is we're going to come into Tools, and this time we're going to go for Active Directory Domains and Trusts. So this now launches up the utility. So what we're going to do is we're just going to right click a datum. We're going to come to Properties, and now what we're going to do here is we're going to come to Trusts, and within Trusts what we're going to do is create a new trust. So this brings me into Wizard, so we'll just select Next. On the trust name here we'll just fill out the table, and we're going to call that traderesearch.net and select Next. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a forest trust and select Next. Direction of trust will be two-way. Select Next. Then what we've got here, if sides of the trust here, what we're going to do here is we're going to specify both this domain and the specified domain, and select Next. That then brings us into a little put in a username and password, so we'll just fill this out. So we've specified administrator and we put in our password, and we'll select Next. Then on our outgoing trust authentication level for local forest, what we're going to do here is we're going to go for selective authentication. And as it says here, Windows will not automatically authenticate users from the specified forest to any resource in local forest. After we finish this wizard, we need to grant individual access to each domain and server that we want to make available to users in the specified forest. It says that this option is preferred if the forests belong to different organizations, which in my case they do. So at this point here, what we're going to do is select Next. That then brings me into another little wizard here, so we're going to do exactly the same thing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go for selective yet again, because we're doing this in both directions, and select Next again. Then select Next. Read through the status of the changes and select Next again, and that is now complete. So what we're going to do at this point here is just on the Confirm Outgoing Trust, we'll just turn on a little tick box to confirm the outgoing trust, and select Next. And we'll do exactly the same thing with the incoming, and select Next. So now what we've got here, we've now completed, so we'll select Finish. And as we can see now, we have a forest trust in place. And that's the end of this demonstration. Thanks very much.